they shouldn't appear in certain kind of way.
Of course.
Right? So the home has a part to play.
Of course, definitely. They said charity begins from home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything. Like if somebody is not comfortable already from home, wearing some certain things, they will not be comfortable wearing that thing in church.
They won't be comfortable wearing those things in church.
You understand?
Yeah.
So okay, let's not assume the home failed to do that job, or even the home did the job, but the child grew up and mixed and did. Now, what do you think pastors have a role to play, or some pastors are not doing a good job, or and what do you think? How do you think pastors can?
Pastors have a role to play. Number one, like we talked about culture. Yeah. There are so many churches. They had their particular way of behaving, their particular way of life, the way they behave. So I believe that as a pastor, you owe it to your flock. You owe it to your member to imbibe that discipline of modesty. Minimal, not showing off or exposing your body. So I believe that.
But how does the pastor do this?
Yes, that's what I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. So the pastor does that through, maybe for example, now is teaching the word of God.
Like
It talks about it. Maybe next service to bring it in one way or the other. So you're constantly hearing it. You're constantly being fed about how important it is for you. Not just because some people get it wrong. Some people feel that when they're telling you to dress in a modest way, they're trying to tell you that if you're not moderately dressed, that means your heart isn't pure. That means you are soiled. But that is not the point we're trying to prove today. We are trying to say that your appearance is not a measure of your righteousness. Your appearance should be such a way that you are not ashamed. You understand, you're not ashamed and you are not causing another to stumble. You can boldly walk into someone because you're fully covered, you're fully dressed. Yes, there's a way you'll be dressed, even you will not be comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, you see people go to church and then their pen falls off and then they can't
even beg over to pick their pick because they know that a lot of things will be out there.
Yeah.
So why should you dress in such type of things that will not even make you comfortable in the first place?
In fact, or people going to church and when they sit, they need something else to cover. If you need an handkerchief to cover, then I mean, maybe people should be doing home check before they leave the church.
Yeah, maybe you're done dressing up. You have to sit down and then
try to pick something so you can and oh. So another way I think churches can address this, every church has a membership school, a membership class. Yeah, that's when new person come there attend. But how many church actually have this code of conduct in their membership contents?
Yeah, like when they're trying to absorb new members.
Exactly.
Their curriculum, does it cover for that aspect of how you should be dressed?
They talk about things like they talk about our vision of the church, our mission, our goals, the people who want to wait for Christ, which are beautiful things. But Jesus said, you don't do this one and leave these ones. You should do all.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they are not told, then they are not guilty of any sin. Yeah. So I think another thing we have to look at, we have to ask ourselves what is, like, how did the church, especially this present day church, how did we get here to this point? What's the root cause of this? This is now almost very, very common in every church. And
very sad.
And I mean, one thing I think is from the place of wanting to win out.
Oh,
now clearly Paul says, I think that's in the book of I don't know, is it Romans or what book, where Paul was saying, I became all things to all men, that I may by all means win some. Now, some pastors of today have taken that to the extreme. Yeah. Whereby you want to win a brother, you now have to package a sister to look attractive and send the sister to the harvest field.
Yes,
to go and
win the brother.
And the same thing, a brother, you make the brother attractive, and when you ask you say, oh, we are trying to look like them, so they feel comfortable and they listen. Exactly. Why that works sometimes, it can actually be an extreme. It can be an extreme. People take it to the extreme and now say, yeah, there's one thing of dressing like them to go and get them. But when they are being brought, when they now come in, they need to come and meet something different.
Something different.
Because if I come to your church, and your church, I can't tell the difference between your church and club, and the club even give you more vibe than your church, I will go to the club.
I'd rather go to the club.